Tom.
And we are VIMTV, Velocities in Music. We're going to do, to finish up our set tonight, we're going to do a request from 2008. Frightened Rabbits, The Midnight Organ Fight. This is a request by Rory, so thank you for checking out our site and requesting an album, because I like this album. This, if we were going to describe it, it's most closely, I think the thing that hit me first time was Mumford & Sons.
Yeah.
And then I dug at it a little bit and tried to figure out what else it sounded like. I thought it sounded like the National's Alligator, or all of the National, and then Arcade Fire, but I know you said something
I got a little bit of Counting Crows in there,
yeah,
honestly.
Yeah.
For just...
I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing.
Well... It makes it, for me, a little poppier and a little less indie than Arcade Fire, The National, or Mumford & Sons. That's where I got that from.
Yeah.
But still, this does have a very folksy, real vibe.
Yeah. These guys are Scottish or Irish, one of the two. I'm not sure which one.
But...
Not British.
The accent's thick.
The accent's thick. And it's Scottish or Irish, and the whole attitude about the music is something like you would see off that guy from the movie Once, that indie movie where the Irish singer is going crazy the whole movie, and I feel like the general attitude is the same thing, where it's just these guys are just writing songs. They're writing songs that are introspective and personal to them, and then the attitude is, we'll take it as you will. You know, this is the music that I make, and you'll like it regardless. And that's kind of how I interpreted the album. Is that he could give me this in any way, and I'd probably like it because it's creative. But Tom, what'd you think?
I liked it. I really liked the sound. One thing that's interesting about it, they really go for these emotional builds throughout almost every song.
The National and Arcade Fire, right?
Yeah,
there.
And to tell you the truth, sometimes I think they overshoot it a little bit. I actually... I like that. It's an aspect of music that I like a lot when people can build like that. But I think at times I overdo it a little bit.
Yeah.
But for example, I like the tracks where they didn't do that as much. Like track 5, Old Fashioned. That one's just kind of a nice, simple song, and I like that because it felt a little more real. I don't feel like they were trying to be too grandiose. They were just being themselves a little more in that track. But my biggest complaint is that I think it drags at the last half. I think most of the good tracks are in the first half, and also this album's just maybe a couple tracks too long. And that's not counting the two shorter in-between tracks that are just kind of transitions. I actually think those are pretty effective. But this is a cool sound. And it's a cool attitude that you can tell they have about their music. The instrumentation is very good. They keep it interesting. They keep it fresh. They keep it real sounding. And that is something that this guy appreciates very much from artists these days, when it's so easy to go electronic.
Well, it's so saturated with electronics.
Ian Anderson, no, that's no big diss on electronics right there. But I like electronic music when it's done that way as an art form. I don't like it when it's just used just to be relied upon because it's an easy out for actually recording real instruments and producing them well. So for that reason, this is a good album.
Well, Tom, you pretty much nailed it on the head. I agree with you on most everything you said. I love the songwriting. I did think I liked the back half better than you, although I see your point. I think the album finishes nicely. I think track 13, track 14, Who'd You Kill Now, is it's probably the most underproduced song, and it's also very short, and I think that they included it, and it's the closer, and I think it works good. Because it's the closer, it's kind of like an afterthought. But track 13, Floating in the Fourth, was probably, for all intents and purposes, the closer, and I love that song. I think it's very good. So I did like the way it ended, but really I think that just, clearly a lot of these bands in this style, like Mumford & Sons or even Hey Marseille or something like that, do have kind of a live builder style or structure to it where it gains in intensity the whole time. I think that they do some nice songwriting tricks to keep things fresh. Lyrics. I did like the lyrics of this album, although they're very blatant. I mean, it's pretty much face value. You don't have to decode a lot of things. I would prefer always to have a little bit of puzzle there to figure out. That's one of my favorite things about, like, say, the Arcade Fire that I just love. That maybe is missing a little bit here, but yet at the same time, this is very gripping and emotional. And I don't like ranting about lyrics on the show for some reason, but feel like I went a little overboard there. But other than that, albumizing. I mean, they do a good job. You know, Tom mentioned 2 little transitional tracks. You know, they do a good job spacing the songs off. You feel like from the moment this starts to the moment it begins that it's an experience, and I like that. And we've actually had a lot of those tonight, Tito. But I think that helps the album a lot too. But it's just a good, solid album, and I think that there's. I don't know if there's a certain factor that could be used to make it even better, but definitely just that's just what I'm at right now. It's just solid. It's very good. Yeah. I'm gonna give it. I'm thinking 82.
I'm also gonna give it an 82.
I mean, this is a very good album. It's a low 80s album, something that I know I'll come back to. And I think it has a lot to offer a lot of different audiences, because anywhere from Counting Crows, Arcade Fire, or Mumford and Sons. I mean, that's 3 different types of listener right there, and I think that it has something to offer all of them. But what do you guys think? I mean, we gave this 8 out of 10. What do you give it? Tell us, www.velocitiesandmusic.com. That's our website. It's sweet. You got to check it out. Or our YouTube channel. We need more subscribers, people. www.youtube.com/velocitiesandmusic. That will do it. Thanks for the request, Rory. I'm Jake.
I'm Tom.
And we are VIMTV, moving music critique forward.